Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. Give y'all some time to tune in. Pardon me for the time change. Yeah, I got family over and I can't get a break for nothing. But first things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully everybody got through the day and enjoyed their weekend. I already see somebody here. Nita, what's going on, baby? Hopefully y'all all enjoyed your Sundays. For those in the city, yeah, we just got some rain, so hopefully y'all ain't get drenched out there. Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier. For the live, definitely was a good one. Shout outs to everybody that popped up. Shout outs to Yak, Word, Hammond Nation. Shout outs to everybody that popped up on the panel today. Shout outs to Papa Will. Um, Definitely was a good teachable moment again. Um, Tonight is a clear day. Struggle, and yes, the struggle is still real. Um, that term, that coin phrase, uh, it speaks in volumes because it is. We have too many struggles as it is. Some of us have a day-to-day struggle of just waking up in the morning, trying to figure out what we're gonna do as far as producing something. Some of us have a struggle when it comes to staying focused. Um, but the one thing about struggle is the struggle is only as long as you let it go on. Basically, you can't sit here and expect to get out of any type of bonds or whatever if you're not trying to find a way to get out of it. Anita, I kind of did. Not gonna lie to you, I was partying in Tanya Renee. Shouts to Tanya Renee. I was in hers partying for a while, and then I dozed off finally. After all them kids that went to sleep, I fell out myself. I didn't have to work or nothing, so it was just hot and tiresome. But yeah, see, prime example. Some people have struggles day to day, just trying to keep their kids on the right path, which is understandable. You know, when you got different things and different elements that you know, shape shifted and actually being put in front of your kids. Yeah, it's a struggle to try to keep it balanced. You know, trying to make sure your kids don't come up confused. That's another struggle. You know, there's always going to be different struggles in life, but that struggle really doesn't determine who you are. It does give a story to some people because some people have gone through the ringer and actually came out on top. You know, so the struggle could be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing. The one thing to remember too is sometimes you're going to go through a financial struggle. And if you are going through a financial struggle, there are multiple ways to try to fix that. You know, you just got to be willing to take the time, the dedication, and really just, move the game forward, basically. See, like on here, it's a struggle to try to keep a balance when you got too much, got too much unbalanced things happening. But one thing I can say is that it's not a struggle, at least not for me. Um, you're gonna have day-to-day combats that it might seem like you're gonna be on the losing end, but you're not really. You got to be willing to stand up and make something work. Prime example. You're gonna struggle with trying to do good sometimes. You're gonna struggle with making certain decisions. Because some of these decisions could It can mean the differences between, loyalty and just having to break certain ties, basically. You know, the one thing you should never struggle with is doing what's right. I honestly believe that part. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle again trying to keep your composure, especially on these apps or just in life. But your main focus definitely is to never let the stress get to you. You might have some struggles building the empire, prime example. But everybody suffers some sort of little setback. I'm not gonna lie, some people struggle with the simplest things, even gambling problems. You have some people who have addictions. So that's their struggle day in and day out. The struggle is trying to keep a dollar in their pocket, but they're going to spend it trying to gamble. Marlene, what's going on, baby? Another struggle you're gonna have, relationship struggles. Doesn't necessarily got to be financial. Your relationship struggles could be, just agreeing on a common ground for certain things. Seen this happen time and time again. You see couples that look like they built to be together forever, but they fall apart because certain things they just can't come to agreements with. But my thing all in all is not supposed to struggle, period, if you feel you're doing the right thing. You don't put yourself in that bond. Oh shoot, Wanda, what's going on, baby? You're gonna struggle trying to keep a relationship together when you know that relationship ain't building nothing outside of what it's building. Uh, that's a struggle. Um, you got some people that'll fall in love and struggle to just listen to reason, even when somebody's telling them something for their own good. I've seen this happen too. Just watch somebody do something stupid the other day. My thing is, you can't allow a woman to drive you to the point of cutting your dreads. Nah, boy, you bugging. Realist, what's going on, my guy? I hear you, Anita. You need some rest your darn self. Uh huh. Over here playing hooky like this is high school, lady. But seriously, in no way, shape, or form should that become a situation. Because now, look, you done did something that made you unhappy, and now you're doing even more things because you're unhappy. And that's a struggle for some people to try to stay happy. It's hard for them to stay happy when they know there's certain things being thrown at them. That's some people, not all. You're going to struggle with doing good, especially when you know that's just what you're known for doing. The only reason why it's going to be a struggle because you're going to have people that are constantly going to try to get in your way, or they're going to constantly try to throw a wrench at you, but you always throw that wrench back. James, what's going on, my guy? I'm just saying the best possible results. Yeah, you can get some coming from a struggle. You had some people who were struggling with, poverty, almost homelessness. You name it, they was going through it, and guess what? They managed to find a way to get through all of that. So they struggle was definitely something that they wanted to make sure other people didn't have to go through. You know, sometimes a struggle can be a blueprint because it does show other people who are in that same struggle or even in the worst of struggle how they could get up out of it. You know, so I do believe that part. Struggle can be a good thing for some because it does give clear indentation. Then again, sometimes the struggle can be bad. Some people struggle with keeping their identity. It shouldn't really be a struggle if you're being yourself, but you got some people who will struggle to keep some sort of quote unquote identity because if they're lying all around the board, it's hard for them to try to make up another scenario where it doesn't seem like it. Somebody else popped up in here. BMF, what's going on, my guy? Nexie, what's going on, baby? You know, that is true, Marlene, it do. You know, to some the struggle will definitely bring that. You know, because you appreciate the fact that you didn't have to go through a necessary road like some people. Some people are gonna get it easy in life. Some people ain't gonna never have it easy in life. And some people might have it fairly like in the middle. Might have your good days, might have your bad days. But the struggle shouldn't stop you or deter you from still building and growing. No doubt, Marlene. Yeah, you was supposed to get that mini sleep, all that food you was eating earlier. That's that good old food coma speaking to you. I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. I'm probably not gonna be on Wild Crazy. I know Word got a live scheduled around 12:35, so I just wanted to chime in. Like I said, I wanted to do this earlier, but these kids was relentless today. No more sugar for the babies. No more. Oh man. See, the reason why I say it shouldn't be a struggle to do something right because you never know. Sometimes that blessing comes back tenfold because you might be in a struggle at some point, and that same person you helped out might be able to help you out. You know, again, you never burn bridges, and you never mess up good relationships with people. See, it's a struggle for some people to even keep that because they don't know how to be true to themselves. Shouldn't be a struggle to wake up, know who you are as a person, and then move accordingly. And some struggles you're gonna have is gonna actually be mental. We all got mental struggles sometimes, and that's because we dealing with things in reality that's just it's just getting even more weirder and weirder. Basically, some people are going to struggle to not snap or say certain things that could be offensive. There's a struggle to keep your composure sometimes, especially when you got people doing the utmost. But then you got those who will. Riders, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Um, I'm gonna definitely drop the link in a minute. But struggle is real too. Struggle is real trying to provide certain services in your communities, especially when you got people in these same communities that's not really trying to be beneficial or trying to help with the cause. Like I said in previous lives, I knew some hustlers that they didn't care. They would spend their own money. Why? Because they wanted to do something they wanted to do something for not just the youth, but for the elders. That's the one thing to remember. You do something good, there will be no struggle. You do the good works, yeah, you're gonna have your little bumps and bruises, but those bumps and bruises also give character and also speaks in volumes. Some people struggle to even keep a conversation going. And I can understand why in some instances, because some people are just, again, socially inept. They're not really in tune with people. You know, if you've been mostly sitting indoors and you finally just getting out and about, you ain't gonna really know how to react or be around people. And even if you have been around people before and you still are moving the same way you're moving, yeah, it's not gonna be an easy thing. Letitia, what's going on, baby? I think the one thing also to remember though is our mental struggles, yeah, they just what they are, mental struggles. You know, if you choose to allow it to plague or even affect any movements that you're making, then yeah, that could be a struggle and a half trying to get back to the top. Gotta always be mindful of that. You know, your best ain't always going to necessarily be your best in some instances. You gotta really go for the gusto. Again, you're gonna have some struggles even when it comes down to your temper. But the one thing to remember is don't let your temper take you all the way out and let you crash out. Some people are going to struggle with loyalty because some people have never experienced loyalty. And when they get around people that are considered loyal, it becomes a problem. Some people struggle with keeping it real with themselves, and then they struggle with keeping it real with others. Come to see that a lot lately. One thing I'm going to say is, again, a struggle can definitely be an eye opener. It could be a key tool, a key element in building what's necessary in your life. You just can't go off the deep end though. Where's all these people coming from? I forgot the concert over. My bad, y'all. I'm multitasking while I'm talking to y'all. They have some sort of Jamaican concert out here, and yeah, it's flooded out here. Hopefully, y'all going home because it's raining, baby. You know, sometimes you gonna feel like your best is not enough for some who are actually standing on something. But I'm here to tell you, your best is gonna be just what it is, your best. You know, especially if you have the notion, you know, of trying to build something different, create something different. Some people want to create different atmospheres in their communities because they're sick and tired of specific things happening. And the reality can come true because despite some of those struggles coming up, you might actually get some light and some glory at the end of that road. So you gotta always remember that. Some people struggle with patience. And honestly, you're not supposed to struggle with patience because you're gonna always need that. Regardless of how you may feel, you're gonna always need patience. Because if you can't be patient in life, you can't be patient at a job, you can't get patient nowhere. And I think that's something that you should remember. You know, the patience is always going to be a virtue. You know, stand on what you're supposed to stand on. You know, especially if you're trying to get to that quote unquote glory. Appreciate y'all for dropping the links and showing love, babies. Y'all already know y'all could have did that by now. It got a little breezy out here. But again, you know, we all have struggles in life. And yes, the struggle is real. You know, the struggle to try to keep things afloat, especially when, you know, you might be going through some trying times. Yeah, it could be a struggle. It could be a struggle when you know you're dealing with death, you're dealing with unwanted bills, just unwanted stress. But it should never be a struggle. And I mean this. There should never be a struggle when it comes to just trying to get yourself and uplift yourself out of those situations. You know, when it comes to death, yes, you're gonna deal with it, but you got to be able to deal with it strong. You got to be able to realize that you know the man upstairs makes no mistakes, and when it's time for people to go on home, it's time for them to go on home. See, and that's the thing, though, bro. I'll tell you this right now: the patience factor for people, because you're gonna have some people that are not doing things purposely. You're gonna have people who really are stuck in the matrix. And some of those people are actually gonna get uplifted one way or another. And you're gonna have those you just wish you never wasted breath on because you already know that they ain't gonna listen. They ain't gonna listen to reason, they ain't gonna pay attention. So in that instance, again, you know, it's gonna be a struggle to keep your composure. But then again, it shouldn't be. You know, certain situations you're gonna necessarily um have to be impatient only because some people ain't listening to the voice of reason. Miss Rachel, what's going on, baby? One second. Oh, boy, I had to make sure. Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. My bad, y'all. Told y'all I was multitasking. I am at work. Niggas done left something open, son of a. Give me 1 second. Yeah. But you shouldn't struggle on putting yourself in a good situation either. Some people struggle with accepting the fact that they're elevated. Some people struggle with that. Why? Because they want to stay at a ground level for life, but you can't always stay at a ground level for life. Anything you do in life, you want to have to elevate. I've always believed that. You're going to have struggles when it comes to running a business. They might not be big struggles, but you know, it could be minor struggles because guess what? If you're a new business and you're just getting off the ground and you know things are not moving the way you feel it should be moving, that don't mean it won't. You know, 9 out of 10, you just gotta, you know, have better marketing. You gotta definitely just make sure what you bring in and advertising to the people is needed. You know, shoot, once you get yourself established where you need to be, then you could probably try to, you know, cut some deals as far as certain items and stuff like that, especially if you got, you know, well paying and faithful customers. You know, that's the one thing to remember. Love it. Back, 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 back. What's going on, baby? See you up in here. Um, some people have a struggle just starting their own little business. You know, doesn't matter what it is. Some people have a little struggle, but it won't be a major one. You know, because again, once you done elevated your mindset, you done elevated what your goal process is, and once you done basically started in motion, you just got to keep it going. You know, and again, you're gonna have your ups and your downs. You know, that's a part of the struggle. You're gonna have ups and downs. You know, not everything in life is gonna be perfect. Some people might think, oh, this person had it good, this person had, yeah, but some people don't got it good. You know, and some people you think just because they might have something or they might be worth something that they happy. They're not necessarily happy. They struggle with being happy again. Because I can have all this money, prime example. I can have a struggle on just keeping myself motivated and, you know, keep everything going. What's the use of having all this money, prime example, if you unhappy? I remember that part too. Because money don't buy happiness. Money definitely don't buy love. They can buy something like that, but they can't buy it. You know. Again, some people want to have a struggle with keeping their composure when it comes to, you know, language and stuff. But that's because some people will take you there. Again, it's a struggle for some people to, you know, keep a strong footing when they know it's always something that's going to be slipping up under them. That's for some, not all. Struggles do bring, you know, it does bring wisdom, it brings character, it brings strength. You know, again, the struggle can be good for some, you know, because for some, they've already been going through the worst of the hardships and the struggles. But when they come out on top, you know, it's a good feeling. It's a wonderful feeling, actually. Some people struggle with identity because, again, they don't know who the hell they are as a person. They don't know what they have to offer to the world. And that can even be a struggle. You not knowing what you're here for, that can be a struggle to some. But for others, that's going to be a challenge. That's going to be a challenge that they're going to be willing to make. They're going to be willing to accept too. Because they're not going to just sit back and allow their lives to just go to waste. They're going to get up and they're going to be on board to do something. Yeah, I know that, bro. They won't. Because again, you know, they're going by what society's logic is. Again, money can't buy health. Money definitely can't buy you love. And money can't buy you happiness. It can buy you happy things. It can buy you things to try to make you happy, but it won't make you happy. Because again, you got to be happy within yourself. And that's where the struggle lies with some people. They're not happy within themselves. And we see this every day, even on here. Prime example, I can say the person that's been trolling, I can tell they're unhappy with themselves. So that's why I always still say what I say. Um, I'm gonna continue to win, you're gonna continue to lose. And it's not to throw you down, but it's to let you know. Because real winners and real successful people, they're gonna continue doing what they've been doing, no matter how you might feel about it. You know? And the sad reality about it is You could be unhappy with the situation you in, but there's ways to get out of that situation and make you happy. But again, it's up to you to make that focus and make that balance work. Not going to do so, then guess what? Um, you're going to always be stuck in the loop. Sad reality, but it's the truth. Some of y'all will be stuck in the loop because you're still thinking about just what money could bring. But don't forget, money could bring you a lot of unhappiness too. Money could bring you unhappiness because you're gonna have people who are just gonna be around you because they feel you're gonna do something for them. It's gonna bring unhappiness because look how much you're going through just to try to make people happy. And then again, guess what? You're not even making yourself happy. So again, it's a struggle. But for some people, it's not a real struggle. Some people know how to set people on up. You know what? If this is what you want, all right, I'm gonna give you what you want. But the minute you go through all of that, I don't got nothing to do with that. You better figure out a way to make it happen. Cruising, what's going on, baby? Like I said, some people definitely struggle with identity. They definitely struggle with You got some people who struggle with mental health. Oh, I ain't get off that neither because I did say that. Some people it's a struggle with mental health because you got people that's going to poke and make fun of them. You're going to have those who are definitely going to try to drive them off the edge just by doing certain things that they know for a fact is messed up in the first place. I have those who struggle with, prime example, there's a struggle for some people who are thieves. You want to know why it's a struggle for thieves? Because at some point they feel like they're supposed to get caught. And then they know sometimes a lot of things that they're doing, yeah, it does come back with sad repercussions. They struggle with doing something good because they figure if I could do all of this and get what I need in less time, what's the use of me trying to produce something like? And that's a struggle. And it's actually just lazy too, but it's also a struggle because they choosing not to do something good. Some people they want to do something good, but they ain't really going to. And that's what you're supposed to. You're supposed to do that, Marlene. You're supposed to make sure that you keep that balance at all times. Because again, your struggles may be different from everybody else's. But everybody's struggles don't dictate your life neither. You know. Oh shoot. Did the wrong thing. My bad, y'all. But that's the most thing to remember. You can't struggle trying to guard your peace of mind. And you can't struggle trying to guard your spirit. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have certain things that come at you from left and right angles, but it's also up to you. Try to keep yourself strong. It's easier said than done, but it can always be done. Some people you're not going to be able to avoid certain situations. You're not. You can't avoid death. And death don't necessarily have to happen to you, but it can happen around you. So you can't avoid that. You can avoid some people, especially if you know they mean you no good. But then there's others that's just going to get thrown in your way as an obstacle. And that's when you're supposed to take the necessary steps on making sure that obstacle is not going to be a pain in your neck or not just going to be somebody you wasting energy on. You know, no doubt, Anita. Definitely try to do that. We still gonna be if we um praying that your anxieties and everything do go down. Because again, I know how it is. Some people even struggle with that anxiety. You know, and it's not necessarily their fault. You know, with certain things happen in life, yeah. You might get a high anxiety attack because those situations, it kind of puts you in a sad place, or it kind of puts you in a place that you didn't want to be in. But the main thing to remember too is, sometimes you just got to meditate. You got to give your praises to the Most High. You got to meditate and definitely pray, and just move forward after that. I mean, not gonna lie to you, certain anxieties, it get triggered by either certain conversations or just certain things that you see. Shay, what's going on, baby? I gotta watch your replay, sis. I want to try to catch you. And already ended the live. Um, yeah. Some people actually just struggle with trying to find something in their life to do. We see this time and time and again. Some people could actually be giving something beneficial to the world, but instead they give it to these social media devices. See this every day. My thing is, if you're unhappy with what's going on in your life, again, you got to be willing to change it. You have to look everything square in the face. Can't dodge and duck problems forever. Some people are going to struggle with just being truthful. They're going to struggle with being truthful because they feel whatever lies they're going to put out there, they could stand strong on it. They're going to also feel that at no point nobody's going to call them out on it. You know, and some people are going to struggle with lying because they haven't been used to lying so long that now they're even lying to themselves. So that's going to be their struggles. You're going to have those who are going to have a struggle with, again, financials. Some people are going to struggle only because they might have lost jobs, or they might not be getting the hours that they was getting before, so on and so forth. But their struggles, again, they don't necessarily mean it's a downfall for you. You just took a slight hit, but if you get yourself up, you put yourself in that right positive position, anything can happen. But some people they don't listen to reason. And they choose not to. Even when something is presented in front of them, they would still rather go through the heartaches and the hardships. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Lovey. I can't say that. I can, but I can't. I can say that about adults. I can't say that about kids. Because, yeah, some kids might lie, but once they realize what they done, they stop it. But as far as adults, yeah, you know that part already. You know that part already, Lovey. When you're an adult and you stay lying, yeah, once a lie, always a lie. But, the main thing to remember, too, is get rid of people that are lying to you. Like, if somebody is telling you, yeah, this is a good position, you should go for it, and you feel like you shouldn't go for it, but they still telling you that, yeah, 9 out of 10, they just trying to lie to you to see if you're going to fall. I don't know. Again, you could struggle to be good. The only reason why you can struggle to be good because guess what? We've seen some good people get turned out bad just by the wrong environments, wrong friendships, so on and so forth. Oh no, I know that, love you. Trust me, I know. Listen, I know. Once a liar, always a liar, and we got rid of a liar, so it's nothing new. Again, you are supposed to stand firm and stand strong on what you say you stand firm on. You say you got genuine love for people, and you're supposed to keep it that way. See, I'm one of them. I'm gonna always keep it that way, and I'm always gonna be who I am. I don't need the struggle in life. My only struggle in life, it's not even a struggle. Shoot, my only struggle I ever felt really in life, not so much as trying to identify who I was. My only struggle in life really was, I can say it was here. Struggling trying to, you know, keep the ball rolling. Struggling as far as not really knowing if that was the right call. That was my only struggle. But I see I made the right call and the right decision. And look where we at. Building and growing. Still building and growing. And again, it's always going to be a struggle because some people, they feel that positivity or they just feel anything good is not, it's just not marketable, or it's just, it ain't in, but at some point it's going to be in because some people are going to get tired of all the madness and the foolery going on. IB, what's going on, my guy? Some people are going to struggle listening to some people are really going to struggle listening to they conscience. Some people are going to definitely struggle listening to reason. They don't hear it because they only see what's in front of them and they only focused on what's in front of them. And for some people, what's in front of them ain't always going to be what they looking for once they do get it. Prime example, if you think money is just always going to be the root to everything, you'll find out why it's a root to evil. End up losing the money. And see, with more money, there comes more problems and more headaches. Especially if you know for a fact you the main breadwinner. So always remember that part too. You're gonna have that struggle because you're gonna have so many people leeching around you or just lurking around you. And if they wasn't there since the beginning of the build, they don't need to be around it now. Not unless they really got something to add to it. Liz, what's going on, baby? You know, the day-to-day struggles, again, they only build character. They don't necessarily determine your life. You know, and if you focused on getting to the greener grass, then what you should be focused on, again, is just building organically and being organic as possible. And again, some people lose sight of that. Um, Shoot, yeah, I was getting ready to go with this. Oh yeah, your struggle definitely could be something good or it could be something bad. Your bad struggles, at some point, something positive will happen out of it. If you are determined on, getting out of it, you will. And sometimes that man upstairs will show you and guide you into something that's a better situation. Just got to be willing to take it. Some people going to have a problems and they're going to have a struggle trying to stay positive, even in the worst positions, because you have people who are trying to reach for the stars or better. And some of them are getting knocked down. Some of them are getting those, oh, we wish we could, but we can. And, oh, well, what do you have that you could use? And it's always something. Even for those prime examples trying to, build and establish not just credit, just trying to establish themselves, period. They're going to have those little struggles, ups and downs, because they always try to give you a little small run around. But again, you can turn that struggle into something positive. Okay, they ain't want me to get this. I'm gonna find a way to get this, and then I'm gonna show the people how we gonna do it. That's how it's supposed to be. The struggle should never stop you from succeeding or trying to build what you're trying to build in life. Tanya, what's going on, baby? And you know what? The funny part about it, some people struggle with success. As much as it sounds weird, no, it's not. Some people struggle with success. We've seen it happen. Some people could be coming from a messed up position. They done got themselves in a good position and where they can start winning, start doing something. And in that same token, they done messed themselves up. Why? Because they still want to live a quote unquote life that they know for a fact it's been over. Been over. You're not living in the streets no more. Stop living like you in the streets. Stop trying to show the world that you still got street cred. Um, Look how many people have gone to the top. Prime example. Oh, they done got their big lucky break, and then messed it up within a small time frame because they couldn't leave the streets alone. It's a struggle for them to leave the streets. Well, it's a struggle for some of them to leave the streets alone because that's all they know. But it shouldn't be a struggle because guess what? You grind to get out of the situation. And then in the same token, now you putting yourself back in that situation. Or for what? Word, what's going on, my guy? You got to be able to identify what you need to identify. And if you've been put in a good position to actually win and be productive amongst your flock and everybody else, then why put yourself in a situation where you could be a downfall to yourself? Some people are their own downfalls. Instead of listening to reasoning, nah, I'm gonna go against the game. But it should never be a struggle to be yourself and try to see yourself growing and winning. And if you was able to get into any good position, it doesn't matter if it's music, doesn't matter if it's something that you've been chasing forever. Once you in that position, don't mess yourself up and put yourself back in that struggling position. Why get out the struggle to go back to the struggle? You can go back to that struggle if it's going to give you a humbling lesson or if it's just something that keeps you, at a square balance. But you ain't going to purposely put yourself in a struggle because you can't just listen to your own gut instinct, especially when you know you messing up. Then you got to be able to think. You never know what your calling is going to be. Sometimes your calling could be standing right in your face the whole time, but you might not see it because again, you could be blind. Carlos, what's going on, my guy? Nah, but I'm serious though. The basic struggles in life, you could always get through those. Again, you just gotta be willing to get through 'em. Some people really, again, they struggle with the simplest things that, it can be good and it can also be bad in some tokens. You gotta be able to tilt the balance. Some people struggle with even doing that, keeping the balance. But I think the real struggle will be and always will be, in my opinion, just people knowing the real knowledge. Struggles of where they've been, where they've gone, where they've not been going. That's going to be a struggle. Getting the real education and the real knowledge. Even for those who are bringing it, going to be a struggle for some because, again, some people just don't want to hear real. They don't want to hear real knowledge. They don't want to hear real talk. They want to be lied to. You know, E Money, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. The link is pinned in case anybody wanna chime in on this situation. Uh, again, a struggle is just what it is. Small. It could be big depending on, again, how long you put yourself in the struggle. Your financial struggle could probably be, like if you got debt, your struggle with debt can be cleared off if you just make the necessary calculations and the right movements. But the longer you sit there and let it pile up, the more you let bills pile up, the more of a struggle you're gonna have trying to pay it off. And I do believe that part. You know, you can only allow a struggle to keep you down but for so long. The minute you allow it to keep you down, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get out of that damn struggle. Why? Because you're not gonna know where to start. You're gonna feel like nothing good is gonna happen. You're gonna doubt yourself. But if you really put, real faith and stability in your actions and the way you trying to move things, you can make it happen. You got some people who come on here and they struggle again to be themselves. They struggle to find something that relates to the people or that the people might actually find interesting. There's a lot of things people in this world find interesting. Again, you just got to be able to find out what it is and then continuously bring it. You got people who are great with doing, again, documentaries, short films, anything. And then you got those who are good with just having a fair balance, like how I do it. I'm going to give you some straight, stern conversations. I'm going to give you some laughter in the midst of everything. And I give you some music when I know I can. You should never have a struggle trying to find balance in your life. All your struggles should subside once you get a certain age. I'm talking about the struggles that you feel like going to keep you down. Because it should. Your struggles on trying to be successful, you're going to have those. But they're not going to be powerful ones the way you can't be successful. You got to just remain successful. Anybody can be successful in anything. It's about remaining there. I could be on the top of my game right now, but I could fall down if I allow certain things to plague or judge or even make me make certain judgments I know I wouldn't normally make. Y'all definitely show each other some love. And I'm about to say that. Run it up. James, can you do me a favor and drop Tanya's link? Definitely run her up on that playlist. That's everybody. That's what I like to see. Everybody showing each other real love and gratitude. See, I don't struggle with that. I can't struggle with just being myself. Yeah, I'm gonna still say congratulations because again, you know, Got 3 people within a month's time that made it, that made it something good. Just being themselves. Even with dealing with stupidity, we managed to still keep doing what we're doing. I want to see everybody doing the same thing. If you know you're struggling with certain things, this is where it's supposed to be at. We're supposed to be definitely lifting each other up. You're gonna have minor struggles here and there, but again, they don't determine your life, and they don't determine if you're gonna be down forever. You have a slight struggle trying to build even with your channel, but you'll find ways to keep growing, and you'll find ways to keep building. Oh yeah, definitely Neff too. I shoot. Anybody that know they need the hours, drop them like it's hot. Run them credit scores up. That's what I'm calling it. That run them credit scores up. Um, we definitely got some good people in this collective, and these people are definitely just being themselves, being organic. That's how it's supposed to be. Nobody has to struggle with being themselves. If you got to struggle with being yourself, that's a problem. That means you're trying to be something that you're not, instead of just being who you are. And again, I feel that's the best possible way of, showing blueprints to the world. You know, some people think it's a struggle when people don't support them. It's not a struggle. It's not really a struggle. Some people are going to support you the best way they can. Again, you'll have people who are just focused squarely on money. But again, all that money ain't going to buy you what you think it's going to buy you. It's not going to buy you happiness. So you got to always remember that part too. But again, just remembering to be humble as well too. Ah, shit. That's going to happen. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you might hear some wind, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, it shouldn't be no struggles at all. At least when it's coming to building legitly, shouldn't be no struggles at all. If you come in with the right notion, if you come in with what's needed for the people, and if you bring it at the right time frame, yeah, you can get past any type of whatever. Again, struggle could be something good for you, or it could be something bad, depending. If you continuously let it be on a bad note, you ain't gonna never see no good positive results. 1 second, y'all. As usual, that good old sanitation doing their job. Because yeah, struggle can make you or break you. But if you decide to let it break you, yeah, that's a problem. That's why you must always keep your mental space, your mental peace at an all-time high, and also balance for whatever situation might be coming across. You know, and some people are gonna have to take that, regardless to what. But see, you know what it is though. Some people will sit here and say, "I'm taking a break from this," and then they don't take it. We've seen a couple people say that already. I'm gonna just take a break from this. I'm gonna just focus on this, and then in the same token, be right back the next day. I've seen this. You know, that's why sometimes you could tell who's being genuine. You know, but I always feel like this too. If you've been putting in enough work, like if you actually putting in the work that's needed, you doing what's necessary, yeah, you're entitled to a break. You know, and that is true. You're entitled to a break. That's just like the equivalent of you working a job. At some point, you're gonna want to take a little mini vacay because it's necessary. Oh shit, Didi, what's going on, baby? See you up in there, over here, shadow hugging, shadow loving. No, but again, you gotta love the process, basically. And your process, regardless of how you may feel, your process will be definitely something great. You know, if you choose to keep it that way. And I think that's where some people again struggle. They struggle to find a niche. They struggle to find what you know what they fail to find something that will make them different from people that's around them. I've always felt that. You struggle to try to bring something to try to outbest somebody when in all actuality you should be trying to find something that just benefits you and that benefits the world. I don't need to be the flashiest dresser. I don't have to be the most exhilarant rapper. I don't have to do a lot of that things. If I know I'm good in what I'm doing, I'm just good at what I'm doing. You know, some people feel like, yeah, we got to compete. There is no competition. If we in the same damn struggle, anything we should be trying to not even compete. We should be trying to unite on how we get up out this struggle together if that's what we in. Again, some people lose sight of that. What in the hell? Oh, I'm not going through this. Nope, I ain't going through all this again today. These motherfuckers on this job, bro. I struggle not to curse people out at work, but hey, I curse people out at work sometimes. But again, you know, a long-term struggle is only because you've allowed yourself to be in that corner and that circumference for the longest. A short struggle, you'll be able to get through it. You know, you got to have the right execution plan and again, the right know how. Some people are going to struggle with certain things and motions that they put in life because they feel is not beneficial or they feel is not good enough. But then again, you shouldn't have to struggle with doing something that you feel is right and that the people love. If you like writing, continuously write. You know, some people are gonna go through a struggle trying to get things published because, you know, again, they might get the, oh well, we kind of like it, but It's not really for us, yada, yada, yada. They might get a lot of rejections. So it's going to be a struggle for them to even be hopeful in that situation. But then again, you have to be hopeful. You can't allow yourself to quit, and you can't allow yourself to fall down any further than you already felt. That part I believe. Oh shoot, Didi on her way. I see you, baby. See again. You gotta just know what you want, know what you gonna do. You know, and some people feel like the best way to help in certain situation is just trying to help somebody the best way they can. See, like right now, I'm helping the best way I can. I want to see all my people's lit. I want to see all my people succeed. That's why I said this channel is not just one specific thing. You're gonna get a variety. You know, and even when this do get bigger, it's gonna be days, and I'm gonna just be like, yo, y'all converse, y'all do what y'all do. You know, share links, show each other love, promotion. That's how it's supposed to be. Nah, I get you, bro. I get you on that. But again, once it's necessary to do so, you do so. But again, some people will do that. Some people will definitely say, I'm leaving or I'm taking a break away from this, and they don't do it. But then you're going to have those who actually stand adamant on it. There's actually a few people that I haven't seen on here in a minute. But then again, it's necessary. Oh, yeah, shout out to Dominique LeBlue, baby. We miss you, sis. You know, but again, sometimes you don't have to do so, especially when you have other things that, you know, is needed to be done. You're going to need a break sometimes because you're going to encounter and witness some real, how can I say this? Mind boggling, jaw dropping stuff. You know, you're already going through that in life. You don't want to come on here and see it, but sometimes it's what you're going to see. Stuff that really makes you scratch your scalp piece. You know, and it's crazy. Oh, shoot, like I said, y'all better promote and do what y'all going to do. At least while I'm still on this live. I know Brother Word got a live schedule in a couple minutes. Definitely pop in on that one. But, you know, again, you know, your struggles is only going to be struggles if you continuously let it stay that way. Gotta be able to rise yourself up out of it. Some people are going to struggle with doing good because if they're around all the wrong type of influences, you know, it could kind of like throw a wrench in their plans. But prime example, I'm gonna say this: you shouldn't be struggling because your man's in them is struggling. Some people actually do that. I'm in the struggle because my man's in the struggle. Nah, you in the struggle because you ain't trying to do nothing. And some people will actually try to ride out. Yeah, okay, it's different if we all coming from the same struggle, really, and we really trying to. Okay, that's different. But if you only struggling because you think that's the way to keep you from achieving anything or just keep you from being successful, you a dummy. I'm sorry. Not staying in no struggle I don't need to stay in. If I'm struggling with anger, I'm gonna find a way to suppress that anger. If I'm struggling with speech, anything along them lines, I'm gonna find a way to get help. So I don't have to struggle in life. If I'm struggling with just reading and writing, I will find a way to get up out of that. Again, your struggles can be good, it could be bad. Your struggles could be right in the middle of everything. Sometimes you got a good struggle with trying to keep a balance. And the only reason why you'll have that good struggle is because some people are not going to think you're hip or wise to what's going on. But struggle is making sure you keep the right people around you and make the right decision. That's for some people. Not everybody gonna have that struggle. I managed to keep this balance here, and I'm gonna continuously to keep this balance here. So ain't no struggle on my end. You know. Yeah, Marlene, and that's what I'm saying. You know, and that's the thing. Some people, they did think about that, leaving this app because they felt like, you know, things wasn't moving the right. It wasn't the right balance, or it was just madness you had to deal with. But you will come across some good people. See, that was my only struggle. My only struggle was when I was growing this channel was, am I going to meet any good people along these lines? And if they people are good, are they going to really stand the test of time? And if they really going to be down for the ride. And if I would have went against my better judgment, I would have never known. But I didn't. I stood on my battle plan, and look, we managed to make it. We all managed to come up and build something great. And we continuously build greatness around us. So again, some people, it's a struggle just trying to be themselves on here and actually make something happen. But then again, it shouldn't be, because I'm a prime example. I went through the struggles, I learned some things, picked up a few things, and I'm still growing. You know, the main thing to remember again is that you are going to come across some good, decent people. And the only thing to remember again, just standing right and standing firm by them. Like I said, I generally love to see people grow and prosper. And even this channel, like I said, is a prime example. Just trying to grow and prosper. And I see it happen. And again, some people are going to have to take a break because it's necessary. Because again, your mental space, your mental peace is the most important thing. Without that, you are going to be walking around here crashing out on everything. And it's not needed. You want to keep yourself in a fair balance. And again, if I would have went against my better judgment, I would have never came across and met a lot of you people. You all have become a part of this family. And that says a lot. See, if I wouldn't have followed my instincts, prime example, and just, I went in certain sectors by myself. Others I got introduced to by other people. And again, it showed to be a good build. I can't go wrong with that. Dear brother Noomski.
I knew you was about to say that. That's the crazy thing. I was like, you gonna call me Newski tonight. Oh no, bro. Yeah, man. I'm gonna share a poem with y'all one day, man. I wrote when I was younger, but that's my mantra. That's what I've been saying that for the last 20 plus years, man. When I wake up, my pain is my muscle, my struggle is my hustle. It is a struggle, but it's how we look at it. I look at the struggle as opportunity, bro. It's an opportunity for me to put everything I learned into play. An opportunity for me to become creative, to figure out new problems. I mean, to figure out solutions for the new problems that occur. You, right. I mean, it is a struggle, but it's about how we go about it.
Yo, your value jacked up, bro.
Bro, I lost my knockoff earbud, and they
Oh,
good. My actual the AirPods don't work good for some people. But
damn, son. You messing up in the game. They over here laughing at you.
that's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh, man. No, but again, it is a blueprint for some. Again, you follow a process, you continuously work through it. Even if you feel like you're struggling to get where you want to get to, you will get there. And the struggle is, and the process is not always going to be easy, but they are beneficial. James, you ain't shit.
I know James.
Oh man, I'm fucking with you, James.
Nah, I can't see. I can hear it. I can hear it. Though. I need to see it, but they, y'all think it's bad. Sometimes it's good not to see people, bro. I don't want to have to look at some of these people, man.
Oh man.
James always give me. That's my boy.
JW think he tough. Yo, Molly.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Oh man.
I got him if he come in to check tonight. I got you, James. I got something for you. Huh? I'm gonna make a job, especially for James. Hey, that's what he want. He want that. I got you, James. Don't worry. Give me a couple days. I got you. I got you. Turtle sniper.
Oh man. But that's the best thing to do though. Again, is just follow your gut. Struggle is really just struggle could be as big or it could be as small. It depends on how you maneuver the situation. Oh shoot! It looked like one of these light bulbs.
Oh, oh, my bad. My bad. My
No,
dog.
no, you good. It looked like one of these damn light bulbs might cave in. That rain really came through here earlier. I'm at work right now. Looking, I looked up at the sky and said, "Oh yeah, this ain't good."
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit. You don't sound like you did 12 seconds ago.
I took that voice isolation off the phone. I don't know. It's an iPhone 13, but probably
Yeah,
can't.
man, you gotta stop with that damn voice box phone. See, fucking
I
up.
like
Yeah.
the phone. The security bros out cold. I like the iPhone. I just don't like the some of the functions of it, but the security is cool. I got my phone hacked a couple times.
Yeah. Oh man,
One time.
nobody gets a eulogy yet. Nobody. No, but again, you're gonna go through the different struggles. Like even like I said, even with death, some people struggle to deal with it, especially when it's still fresh. But at some point, the healing process does begin. Things do begin to get a little better, but then again, too, it also depends on the person. But the one thing to remember though is that even though those people are gone, they wouldn't want you just sitting back wasting your life. They would want you to continuously do what you've been doing, live life. You know, the world don't stop because you know people are dying. Now again, that's what you're gonna get in life, death. One thing you always guaranteed in life is death. Oh yeah, it's two things actually. You guaranteed death, and you definitely guaranteed debt. Do you want to be in either one of those boats, or you want to just continuously try to do something to keep yourself from those two? At least for now, that's what people should be thinking about.
And I say this too. Uh, when people pass, when they move on, they live through us too. Their spirit, their energy, their memories, all that stuff. They live through us too. So
Yeah,
all my loved ones gone. I just make sure, I keep their spirit alive. I keep their memory alive by, um, let them live through me. You can definitely see a lot of my grandmother in me. Y'all just ain't seen that part yet.
yeah. I'm chilling, BMF. You already know. You came back from a walk when they bring back the lottery tickets. See, I'm being petty again tonight. I better see some petty scratch offs or something in here, man.
Petty scratch off.
That's his new name now. BMF name is Petty Scratch Offs. Come on, son. Where the scratch off tickets, man?
But enough got to make their way over to the Word channel to get a petty name. You honorary petty. It ain't
Oh
official
man.
to hit the Word, but yeah, Nate will indoctrinate you.
I've been
Everybody,
indoctrinating everybody. Don't worry. Half of them names came from your boys truly. It came from yours truly right here. Whatever
well,
other names ain't come, we let word do the rest of it. Well,
I was about to say the ones that didn't. I mean, the ones that came. I still trying to write them down.
I'm life cycle petty, so you know. Oh man. But again, it shouldn't be a struggle. It shouldn't be, but for some people, they make it a struggle, and they constantly make it a struggle because they don't think. The key thing to remember in life is you have to think. You have to carefully plan, and you gotta just be on go when it's time to be on go. If I wouldn't have did what I thought to do, I wouldn't have met all the people that have been here. Even the people that just came recently, I wouldn't have met these good people. So again, just follow your better judgment and process in life, even when you feel like you're going through a struggle. My only struggle again was trying to grow. But once I learned, what I needed to learn as far as the stream yard and something else, man, listen, sky's the limit. You see where we at. Sky's the damn limit. And we still growing, baby. Yeah, I don't think I cursed once this whole time. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Somebody been in here for a minute. Let me know if I said one curse in here, man. I know the trick with these fools, man. They catch me with certain curses, and if they ain't catching me with curses, getting caught with shenanigans. Popping up on our panel like this, man. Oh, you lucky. But you better have my steak dinner. You better have my steak dinner. I'm not.
Look, I'm gonna let you talk a little crazy. I'm gonna let you talk a little crazy since you let me up here on your panel, okay? So I'm gonna let you have it. See, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to come up here, be
Ooh.
cool, calm, and collective. I figured Marlene will hop on here. Maybe she still will. But I'm gonna let you have it, Nate.
Oh, you was trying to be nice to me. Ooh, ooh. I like
I
that.
was, and I'm not
What
I'm
you
not
gonna do
nice
when you
all the
do to me,
time.
baby?
So, you just kind of messed
What?
that up. So hey, you're gonna have to backpedal a little bit to make up, but it's out
I
there
don't.
now.
I don't backpedal. Oh. So you was talking nice to me. So what you gonna do when you talk evil to me? That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get
I
the
don't
evil
talk
Shay out,
evil.
baby.
I don't
Let's
talk evil. I make it petty. One thing I learned from y'all, man, y'all are so awesome over here, man. You, the word, Marlene, realist one, all of y'all here. But man, let me tell y'all bring out my petty side, and I like it.
Yeah.
Yes, we bringing the top tier petty out. See,
Hey, you can be petty in a good way. Y'all taught me that you can be petty in a good way.
I've
that's
learned
what
to
we
be
do.
productively petty.
No, but you could be that. Listen, sometimes good pettiness is needed. Because some people don't understand. You just don't understand certain things in life. So yeah, you're gonna have to be petty sometimes.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I have the urge to be negative because I mean we're human. I know I talk about positivity all the time. I truly am 97% positive. Okay, I'm gonna leave a little bit in there, but it's like sometimes instead of being negative, what I find works for me it's just being a little petty instead because it keeps me from being negative. And I can just say it in a good little light. And if you know, it's normally how it goes with that. So I'm down for a little petty. I think anybody can benefit from a little pettiness, in a good way.
Facts. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Oh, this is why you gotta trust a process, baby.
Oh yeah.
You,
Oh
you,
yeah, you have to. You were just saying a minute ago about how I think you were talking about the struggle. We're gonna say the struggle. Look, put that K in there. That's when you know it's real. But sometimes, it's hard. The struggle is kind of hard. No matter what endeavors we have in life, it can be hard. A lot of times we have to not just move around things, we have to move around people, so the struggle can be real, but it does benefit us. We have to be get to a place where we're not afraid to step out and do certain things, especially if it's something that's, best for us and for our well-being.
Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know if I like you like that. You had spaghetti earlier and ain't saved none. Is that right?
There's Marlene. There she is.
Yes,
Which
I did. I had spaghetti and meatballs,
ooh,
but before then I had a steak,
Oh,
eggs, cream of wheat, um and a apple pie and a fruit plate.
damn, you had the munchies like that, son. I should have
goodness
came out here.
gracious. That sounds
Mm,
delicious.
yeah, my best friend stopped by to visit me and brought me all of that.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
awesome. That's a good friend.
Hmm.
Go best friend.
I know that's right.
Nah, ain't
Yeah,
nothing
that was
wrong with that.
awesome. Today was the
that's
first day I cooked in a little while because I've been having, you know how that goes, what's been going on, and people send food, bring food over. Goodness gracious. So today was really the first day I was like, you know what? I had this burst of energy. Let me just get in here, throw a little food together, but it felt good, because I love cooking. Cooking is one of my things too.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes cooking do relieve some stress, and some people
It
don't believe
does.
that, but it do. But you just gotta make sure you ain't that stressed out the way you chopping off fingers and stuff. Because I done seen some
Man, let me
people so
tell
stressed out,
you,
you go,
my
ah,
baby.
where's the fingertip?
Cooking is stress. It does relieve stress because in the process of me cooking, I have my babies running around. So get out of the kitchen, move over there, stop touching that, don't do that. So it just helps me get it all out because normally they're trying to help most of the times, but when I'm in the zone, I'm just trying to cook and get it over with.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, what's good word?
Nothing, chilling, about to get ready for the show. I just wanted to say something real quick that Shay hit on when she first came up. You can always tell people whatever inside you is gonna come out. So if I
Oh
ain't
yeah.
with negative in me and you come around me and you put it in me, I'm gonna give it right back to you.
Yep.
I'm not keeping that in me. So if it's yours, you can have it right back.
You know what word? I feel that same way, especially as I mature more as I age. I now understand what my mom used to always say. You know, with age comes, I can say how I feel, and I feel like as I age, I'm that same way. I would be the type to where it's like if you come at me sideways, I would let it slide, or maybe act like it doesn't affect me, or maybe not say much. Not anymore. It gets to a point where it's like, I mean, I may not give it back exactly how you gave it, but I'm going to give it back to you, and that's my way of letting you know I'm not having that. I don't have to accept that. So I feel you on that.
And I tell my wife all the time, like, because she always say I'm calm, cool, and collect, even when I'm being petty or when I'm being ignorant of me. And it's not that I'm being ignorant of me, is I'm giving you your energy back, but I'm explaining to you what you did to me. So
Right.
more or less, I'm just telling you what you did. I might not, it might not come off as poetic, but this is what you did, and this is why you feel this energy or this attitude. I don't play none of that slick stuff, because my wife Middle Eastern, so a lot of her family is just mixed, and some of her family married white people, Indian, but everybody feels some type of way, or how the melanated brothers looked upon. So I mean, they know not to do that with me because I'm gonna tell you right then and there, and I'm gonna show you exactly what you're doing, like a mirror. You think all that slick BS, all those innuendos, like it's going over my head, but it's not. And I explain everyone to them. I'm gonna tell you why that's. I'm not gonna call you racist, but you prejudge, and this is how you did.
Mhm.
I show them exactly how they do it. And people like, oh, he cold. I'm not cold. I'm the coolest person on the planet until you do
Right.
something stupid. Then I'm gonna just
See,
show
that's
you.
called holding people accountable. See, what you're doing in those moments, that's what more of us need to do, believe it or not. That's why so many people go around doing what they do repetitiously because nobody holds them accountable. You ever hear people say, oh, that's just the way they are? No, they're like that because their whole life nobody held them accountable. And so you just get to a point where you feel like you can just do what you want, say what you want, be disrespectful, be ugly, be whatever, whatever. And then once someone calls you on it or says something to you, now they're the aggressor. No, we're not the aggressor. We're holding you accountable. And that's something enough people don't take into consideration.
And you know what I tell when they hit me with that line, Shay. You know what I tell them? I don't nurture bad behavior. I don't care if that's how they are. It's not.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Nah.
Yep. And that's something that I had to learn. The more mature that I began, the more mature that I became, and also the more I believed in myself. I think that that's a part of the process of speaking up for yourself is you have to believe in yourself enough to know when it's time to put your foot on the gas and when it's time to press the brake. And that takes maturity and wisdom, and I'm grateful that I learned it while I'm young enough because I've even seen people, in their 60s and 70s and they're still being a doormat. So we can
Yeah,
always learn to speak up for ourselves better.
I agree.
I'm gonna drop
I
down.
spoke up for myself.
I'm gonna
No
drop
doubt, bro.
down. I gotta push the time back, but off of what you just said too, Marlene, quick before I go, um, it's good that we learn things early. That way we can cultivate it the older we get, because just like you said, it's people who older who don't know when to put their foot on the gas, but it's also those people that don't know when to take their foot off the gas. You know?
Mhm.
Crash out, baby.
You know, people come into the information at a later age. It's always go, go, go. No, that's why I tell people strength ain't power. Strength you want to associate. It's not told. It's shown. So a lot of times that's why uh, silence is golden. You know, sometimes we don't need to say something, but a lot of times we need to speak up. But that's what wisdom is. You learn when to speak and when not to. But I'll see y'all in a minute. Let me drop down. Push this time back a little.
Okay,
Good out,
word.
bro. You know we gonna check
All
you in
right,
a minute.
word.
Yeah, and I
No,
had. Oh, go ahead, Nate.
oh no. I was getting ready to say, but that is the truth, though. You have to trust the process, but you also have to make sure that process works for you. You can't trust the process because you think you seen it work for somebody that's gonna work for you. Some things are not
Right.
gonna work for you the way you think it's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes the whole thing is that you are trying to force things. That was the case in my instance. You want something to work so much for you, or you're trying to do things to please other people, or you're trying to do things like somebody else, and you're not being, your complete self. You're not being honest with yourself. So you can only put up a facade or a front for so long, and then it's time for you to say, I got to give this up and do what I'm supposed to do because life is too short to spend one day miserable. So I had to do that for myself one day. I was like, I can't keep this up, making everybody happy, but in the process, I'm very unhappy.
Mm-hmm. It's
Right.
draining. It's draining when you find yourself, I like to compare it to pouring into someone who just doesn't pour back into you. And it's like you say, you'll maybe overlook things, or you're just constantly pouring, like, I keep pouring, they'll reciprocate, but the next thing you know, you're on E, and they still hadn't reciprocated. They still hadn't poured back into you. And, the situation remains the same. So I'm with you on that. I thank God for growth, for maturity, and knowing when you deserve better, knowing when to set boundaries. And then, of course, in the end, knowing when it's time to just step back, throw in the towel is very important. Sometimes we self sabotage by refusing to, put in the work to move forward. You ever hear somebody blame everybody else for their woes? Sometimes it's self. Sometimes we do self sabotage. So we have to be careful when we throw that around too.
Yes, that's exactly the point, Shay. We can be blaming everybody. And I remember that day, like you could have knocked me over with a feather. My therapist said, "But Marlene, you're the problem." I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what you talking about? I didn't come here. I'm not paying my money for you to tell me I'm the problem. I need you to tell me how I can fix other people.
I
So,
know. Oh,
but
goodness.
that's what it is. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
And see, it's a good thing you had a good therapist who, well, from that, I mean, it's like sometimes the ones we overlook, even, in your case, that was your therapist gave you that like dose of reality. That's why I love being that friend who keeps it real. That's why I love Realest One's name, because I remember when I first started out, I remember thinking about throwing it into my name some type of way for YouTube. But you have to be upfront with people, and it's a way to do it. Season your words with salt. You don't have to just cut people down to their bone. But I take pride in being that friend that's like, I'm not going to just tell you what you want to hear because I love you and you're my friend or my loved one. I'm going to find a way to give it to you so that it doesn't hurt as bad, And again, people will respond just like that. What are you talking about, Shay? But a lot of times, if we can, look on the inner just a little bit, we'll say like, oh, you know what? I get it. I see it. So I think in that case, at least you maybe, had a therapist who at least knew how to, of course, that's their line of work. They're used to it, but, not afraid to just tell you what it is. Because some therapists will just take your money. I've heard horror stories. They'll go along with you, agree with you. So to find one who tells you not just what you want to hear, that's a plus.
Facts.
Yep. Hmm. She told me what I wanted to hear and what I didn't want to hear. See, I think
Mm-hmm.
a good, just like in good friendships and a good therapist, they first they have to build you up, because when you most of the time when you go into therapy, you're weak mentally.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't take a hit right away. So in the beginning, she listened to me talk all my mess, like, okay, okay. All right, okay. And then when she saw I started getting stronger, speaking up for my, she's like, "Oh, she's ready. I'm gonna give
Right.
it."
Right. Like, yeah, let's have this conversation now.
No, but it's
Oh
needed
yeah, I
though.
understand.
But it's definitely needed because again, you are gonna have some people in that mind state, you know. And sometimes, you know what? Even if you don't go to therapy, see, I never went to therapy. Anytime I had any type of issue that really brought me down to the lowest, I just had to eliminate everybody as far as I'm gonna just take this day to myself. I don't want to be bothered. I shut the phone off, all of that. I took my mental clarity like I was supposed to. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to hear nothing. Let me just get myself in order. Let me just think. And a lot of times that do work. Sometimes you just got to get away from it. And shoot, a lot of times you just got to let out whatever you might have as far as aggressions is concerned, because that's another
Mm-hmm.
thing that can stop you too. My aggressions, I don't got to be on here just cracking jokes. My aggressions get taken out in just poetry. My aggressions get taken out just in bars alone. Or I'm just going to give you a strong talk. So, enough. What's going on, baby?
Yeah, one of the I learned that there's a lot of ways to deal and cope with the things you're going through. Like before, I would just use it in the aggressive manner. Anybody who come at me, like, because my defenses were up, I was ready to give it to anybody. I was like, "What? Oh, you want some smoke? Okay, I'm ready."
Okay.
Um, but I had to learn that there's other ways to deal with that. I had to learn to start doing some things that I could get that aggression out, running,
Right.
exercising, swimming, poetry, singing my artwork, writing lyrics. I had to find other ways to get that out. But also, one of the best ways that you can help another person is by mentoring somebody else that may be in a situation similar to you. When you give back to others and you help them, you also help yourself.
Yes, yes. Ding, ding, ding. I get that so much, Marlene, because I'm telling you, when I get on here and just talk about motivational stuff and all of that, it makes me feel so much better. It's just like you mentioned, you have to find a way to get that aggression out of your system, whatever your thing is. Like you mentioned, running, you read, you dance, whatever. And not only does it help you release all of that aggression, you're getting to a place where your thoughts are clearer. So now if you still respond, or if you're in a situation where you have to, it's going to come out in a way that you're proud of. Because, a lot of times we don't think before we speak and it just comes out. And later on, you may think, oh man, why did I say that like that? Because you were full of aggression. That's why. You didn't allow that to run its course or get out of you before speaking out. So you said that was a jewel there. That was a real deal gem there. You have to be able to find ways to unload that aggression. That way, again, it just leads to a clearer thought process, and you can then, you know, put a little petty in it, and get off your chest whatever it is you have to say. So I agree with that.
Facts. HCF, what's going on, my guy? No, but it's the truth. I mean, I had multiple ways of just getting rid of stress. Like even on there, when I thought I was stressed out, y'all see what I do? I start laughing because it's necessary. Because at some point you going to get some fire behind it. But other than that, and listen, I don't. I try to keep my stress levels to a minimal, but when I can't, I got ways to just eliminate it, and that's why I'm going
Uh-oh.
to right here.
Drop off.
This is when I was going hard with the music. They used to be like, "Oh, this. Oh, wait, I felt that. Wait, you need to put down that. Nope. I just wanted y'all to feel that real quick, just to let y'all know what it is. And I told somebody, I said that's the best way to get rid of some anger. You just gotta write down your whole thought process. You write down what you
Right.
feeling. Like when I lost my mom's, that shoot. I loved the shoot. I wrote a whole damn song within not even 10 minutes time. Like I literally was just sitting there. I'm in my cousin crib right now, whole song. And he just looked at me and said, "Yo, hold up, son, hold up. You ready to go in the studio now? You just wrote it. I know. I'm ready to go." And then one time I just walked in the booth. One day I walked in so aggravated, I ain't even have nothing written down. I just went in the booth and went off. And they was like, "Yo, you gotta write that down." Nope, you got it. You write it down yourself. I'm one take and I'm out.
Mhm. Yeah, but that's the thing that, you know, a lot of us weren't raised with tools, having the right tools to cope with life, because unfortunately a lot of us weren't in the right environments to elevate our minds and to support us to be successful in this life. You know, we're kind of just thrown out there and then forced to swim through it. But one of the things that we can do, I had to learn, is that, you know, you can't change what a person does on the outside, the external things, but what you can do is fix your inward. And that's something that nobody can touch. Nobody can touch the way that you think about yourself. Nobody can touch what you think about yourself, and nobody can stop your relationship with your higher power. Nobody can stop those things.
Facts.
That's right. Don't mean they won't try. They try. They don't know any better. What the scripture would it say? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Like people don't even understand that. But you're right, working on your inner, because one thing I notice is when you're working on your inner, it's gonna exude outwardly. So you're right. You can't worry about other things, you know, but when you are working on you, because some people are trying to say, oh, well, Marlene's not really this, or Shay's not really that, or Nate's not really that. Who cares? What goes on our inner is what will speak volumes for us. And a lot of people don't think about that. Just like that term goes, you can't fake the funk. You can't keep up with a facade forever. It's going to always drop, always, because it's not truly a representation of what's going on inside of you.
Facts.
And that's why they always, like my therapist used to always say, she said, "Girl, she said, who you think you're fooling?" I thought I was fooling her pretty good. And she said, "I can already see." She said, "That mask about to drop off. You're about to have a mental breakdown." You know how like you were trying to be all nice and everything to everybody. And because I was, you know, being the youngest, I had to be strong for everybody else because that was just my role, to be the support person. But she says, but a supporter needs to be supported as well. And I was like, but I don't like that, because I was a person, I don't like how feelings make me feel.
Right. I understand exactly what you mean.
So I was like, I don't know. I'm not a person to be like wanting all this huggy stuff. That's not me. I was like, I'm not that type of person. But when somebody does something for me, like I'm an actions person, I was like, for me, that's how you show love for me.
You ain't show me no love. You ain't feed me none of that damn food. Marlene, I'd have kicked you in your back, but you lucky I love you, baby.
Oh my gosh, Nate is not gonna let that go. We're gonna have to both whip up something for him, sister. He is not gonna let that go, okay?
Oh, he's been mad at me since I made them oxtails. That's all, Shay.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
I still want my damn oxtails, damn it.
Oh my.
I told you I'm late night petty, especially I'm late night munchies petty. Now where my munchies at? Man, come on, man.
Up eating shrimp and lobster.
Oh,
12 and 1 a.m.
Y'all can keep it. Y'all can keep that. I don't want it.
He doesn't eat seafood, Shay.
Oh, my bad. I'm not trying to kill you. Okay, hold on.
Nah,
Up eating steak and potatoes. Up eating steak and potatoes at 12 and 1 a.m.
Oh, snap. Wait a minute. You might be able to deal with that. Look here. If you got some fried fish, I deal with that too. Come on, son. Like the white.
Oh, yeah. I love fried fish too. Yeah, I can't say anything because I find that happening sometimes too. Sometimes your life is just a little, off balance, and I work nights. So a lot of times, that alone would have me eating late because I would prepare dinner before I would go in to work, make sure they had food or whatnot. And a lot of times by the time what I made for dinner, I may not have a taste for it when I get home. So, and when you get in late, you don't just necessarily just go to bed. You have to wind down. So
Right.
there's been plenty of times where my family is asleep and I'm in there just whipping up some food.
Like, it smell like some eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, some leftover pork chops. Yeah. Look
Ooh, what movie did that come off of?
at Friday.
Friday. Oh,
No, but see, I ain't gonna lie to you.
remind it. She didn't make any for him either.
Like, yeah, I made all this for me. I'm like, you ain't eating all that damn food by yourself. Like, no damn well you
Thought he
gonna
was
wrap
gonna eat
that
some
plate up.
cereal, honey. He thought he was about to eat some cereal. Use water.
It won't hurt. Yes, it will hurt.
You're right. No, you know what? It won't hurt. It won't hurt physically, but it's gonna hurt my dang on feelings.
Well, my milk don't taste like milk, man. Come on, son.
Mm-mm-mm.
One thing I learned from my mom always told me to so you can't be nice to everybody. And my mom was the master of being nice nasty.
It's a nice nasty. I'm
She
done.
was the master. My mom was gonna tell you off and tell you God bless you. I was like, Mom, how you gonna cuss out somebody and then say God bless you?
Oh, that sounds like my grandmother. That sounds like my grandmother right now. Curse you out with a holy scripture and be like, yeah, here you go, baby.
Okay.
Like, yo, what done happened? Wait a minute.
That's what you call keeping it real. What y'all talking about? That's what you call keeping it real.
Nah,
Mhm.
it's rare you hear that lady curse. When she cursed, that means you done did something. It's like
Yeah.
it's rare you gonna see me
Mm-mm.
getting too angry, but if you did something, I'm on your neck. Like foot's on.
Mhm.
I think that running on both sides of my family. Foot squarely on neck. Hold that right here. Where you going?
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, my mom, before she passed, she was 80 years old. My mom didn't care. She's out in the street. She talk about, what you doing? Pull up your pants. You need to put on a belt. I was like, Mom, stop
Oh
telling people.
yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom was one of those. And
My mom was
people knew
too.
her in the neighborhood. And she was like, I don't
Oh
care.
yes.
She's like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. She said, they need a belt. They need a belt. And I'm gonna
That's
tell them.
right. My mom was the same way. I'll never forget. We were coming through the parking lot in Walmart, and people are crossing the street, and a lot of times they don't just stop. A lot of pedestrians truly believe that they have the right of way, and they won't even look. They'll just walk out. And so this lady walked out, and it wasn't about making fun of her weight, her being. It wasn't about that. It was just the point. My mom stuck her head out the window. That lady come walking her behind out in front of her mom, said, "Baby, you may be good and hefty, but you're not gonna hurt this car." I said, "Mom, what in the world?" So, baby, mamas are gonna say exactly how they feel, okay? And she said it so nicely, but it was also a letdown too. Like, I don't care how big you are, honey, I will hit you. Okay. So keeping it real.
Oh, my dad was so funny when it came to that with driving. You know how they drive in Jamaica, they ride up on the curb. So one day when somebody was coming, I guess, they thought because my dad was coming and they were on the crosswalk walking across, my dad brought the car right up to their feet. So you're
Oh
gonna learn
shoot.
today. You're gonna learn
Oh
today.
wow. Daddy wasn't playing with them.
Yeah. And he was like, you don't see, I got an SUV.
I don't know what people think sometimes. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, it can get dangerous nowadays, though. You got to be mindful of what you say. But, our moms and dads and grandmas, for the most part, they had their relationship with God. They weren't worried. Okay. They're going to say what they have to say and keep it moving. And I say people, I say this all the time, how we're made in God's image. You don't know what sometimes I truly believe, and this is my opinion, what may roll off our tongue sometimes. Who knows if that's not what God may be thinking, as long as you're not being all demeaning and all of that. But, it's like people don't understand, the whole I don't know, people are just weird. There I go with that weird word again. People are just weird.
No, but you're not being far off either. Some people are just weird. Like I find it always weird when people just they see that something is wrong, they see what they're doing is wrong, and they still continue to do it. Yeah, that's weird in my opinion. Like, that's just,
Mhm.
Yes, and toxic. That's one of the things that I was just going through. I had to get rid of somebody in my life because I found that it's always I'm pouring into them and they're never pouring back. And it's
Yes.
like I know that she's going through something in her life, but but also in the meantime, I can't always be on zero every time. It's like after she leaves, I feel like I want to go and sleep because she's dumped so much into me, like this has happened, this, and I was like it's too much. It's
Yeah.
too much. Yeah, I was like
It does
I
get
said
to
I'm gonna
be.
have to take a break from you for a while. Like I still love you, but mm-mm.
oh,
Mhm.
baby. Hold on, word going live now. Oh, shoot, he done went live now. Oh, baby biscuits, he did go live. Okay. I just got a notification.
I
Word just
didn't
went
get
live.
one.
I still haven't gotten a notification. YouTube, a lot of y'all, I just rock with y'all, like y'all are like family. So I just visit y'all's channels. And sometimes I'll visit and y'all are like live. And I'm like, what is going on here? Or if I do get a notification sometimes and I click on it, it'll say was live 3 minutes ago. And I'm like, what's really going on here? And somebody explained to me that it's YouTube. They're like,
Yeah,
once you really get to where, you're making noise, you're seen, and you're very well liked. What I was told is that YouTube starts to kind of make you work for your viewers. So
yeah,
instead of just always alerting all of your viewers or followers or whatnot, it's almost like they put you in a position where if these people really like you, they'll come find your page. Like I'm probably explaining that completely wrong, but that's what was told to me. It says as you start to get to where you're really you're popping for the most part. You're
yeah.
getting there that they'll start doing it. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It does, but it's still kind of messed up.
Well, I think
Facts.
that's one of the reasons why they say that you should, for the most part, try to upload or do your live streams at the same times every day, so that people will get used to that.
Oh.
If you don't normally, if you normally go at a time, so that's what I've learned because I've been reading the
Hmm.
community guidelines, and that's one of the recommendations that you should upload or go live at the same time. So even if they don't know or get a notification, they're used to you being live at this time and they'll stop by anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know too, there was an issue with people saying how they were losing followers or whatnot, but one thing I learned is that once we link with um link with people's channels, we have to engage, because if you just link with them and maybe just and that's it, like say I just engage with you and I sub to your channel or whatnot, you'll lose me eventually because I didn't engage with you. So that's something else I learned reading in those guidelines as well, is to make sure when we're linking with different channels that we engage, watch a video, comment in depth, watch a few, and so that helped a lot. I noticed that once I started doing that, how sometimes you'll get a number that would just disappear. It's like, oh my gosh, I was at this number, now that number. I don't have that happen as much anymore because I properly link up with people. And not only that, I don't link with people just to say, hey, I'm another person. I truly try linking with people who I enjoy your content. That way I'm always
Mm-hmm.
there. And so it makes a difference just for some of y'all who may not know that, or some of the people in the chat. Yeah, if you just go and link with somebody's channel and you're not engaging, yeah, if you won't keep that, connection with their channel.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's the reason why you have to find somebody like on purpose that you enjoy it, because if you're just going to do it just for numbers, that's going to drop off. You have to do it because you actually
Exactly.
like the person.
Right. And even when my numbers fluctuated like largely at first, that never mattered to me. It never mattered. What mattered to me was the engagement, talking to people, being appreciative of those who were there, and not even taking things personal. Because one thing I learned is if people rock with you, they rock with you. So they may not catch you live, but guess what? They're going to come back and catch a replay. So yeah, when you're just doing it because you truly just love it and you're not just paying attention to all of that, you'll hit your goals a lot sooner than you realize, because you're enjoying it. Meanwhile.
Facts. You know, it just gotta come naturally. Like I told somebody, and somebody was asking me else, somebody else was asking me this outside of this. He was like, "The hell made you start doing that?" I was like, it wasn't nothing different again from what I was doing on Facebook. When I went live, I wasn't live every day, but when I went live, you was gonna get some work because you was gonna have Sunday like, oh, this nigga got me thinking now. Like he got me thinking now. Hold up, he right, but damn son, like you sound harsh when you say it. Yeah, I know. I gotta be harsh sometimes because people don't understand the soft tranquility voice. So now I gotta be a fool about it sometimes, you know.
Mhm. Well, I know for sure that's what worked for me because I'm a very calm person, but that I it doesn't work for me. Like certain things, like when you're dealing with some tough things in your life, that nice sweet stuff don't always work. You got to have somebody who's like, hits you
Yeah,
right in your scalp. Hmm.
I try not to hit y'all in the scalp, but I always end up hitting y'all in the scalp.
Okay, Nate, I'm going to drop down.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm about to end this anyway. About to go show Brother Raccoon some love.
Yeah.
But I appreciate
Yeah.
y'all popping up tonight, though. Definitely, y'all know y'all always more than welcome to pop in.
Okay, okay, Sister
Appreciate
Shay.
you, Nate. It's
You already
always
know,
good talking to
baby.
you, Marlene, sister.
Always. Okay, chat.
All right, y'all.
I see y'all in words. If y'all haven't done so by now, y'all already know. We definitely gonna show love to Brother Word. Shout outs to him. Shout outs to Marlene and shout outs to Shay Love. You know, good conversation is always gonna be needed, and it could be a part two because we still got other struggles that we deal with in life. But you know, we take our time with those. You know, when you building good conversations with people, that's what's gonna happen. So we gonna definitely show Word some love, some love on the live, and I'll be back in the morning for that site. You already know what it is. Um, give or take, you might get an early one like today. So this is definitely a good conversation. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. And again, just remember the main thing to remember in this conversation, no matter what struggles in life you go through, you got to follow a process that works for you. And once you are able to do that, your struggles won't be so big. So just have more faith and strength in yourself, you know, and you'll be able to get through it. Um, I said I'll definitely be back in the morning. Definitely was good seeing all y'all in here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real builds. You know, we'll be back definitely in the morning for the safe. Never know. Might come across a few things that could be discussed in the morning. And even if I don't, I'll bring up something. Because at some point, something is going to be lingering around. Well, it's already lingering around, but it ain't make a big noise yet for me to get crazy. So, y'all stay safe. Keep your third eye open. I'll definitely see y'all in the words. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.